Halloween's upon us.
Adam Sandler's recent Netflix original movie, Hubie Halloween, is another entry in the hilarious actor's long resume of comedies that have tickled audiences' funny bones for decades. But did you know that there are a crazy amount of Easter eggs from previous movies, shows, and references? Well, stick around, because we're counting down all the Easter eggs in Hubie Halloween you totally missed. Just a warning, there are spoilers ahead for Hubie Halloween as well as many of Adam Sandler's movies. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First on our list is the bullies. As with many of Sandler's previous characters, Hubie is kind of strange and a bit of an outcast in his community. There are many bullies throughout the neighborhood who relentlessly pick on Hubie. The entire movie takes place around Halloween, which is one of the biggest holidays in the town due to its history with the Salem witch trials. Hubie acts as the official Halloween helper and monitors the situation throughout the town in order to ensure everyone has a fun and safe time. Things go awry, however, leading to a series of wacky and funny events as Hubie tries to solve a mystery and save the townspeople from a potentially otherworldly threat. The bullies chasing Hubie as he rides his bike down the streets shout the phrase, "O'Doyle rules." Sandler fans will certainly remember that phrase being uttered by a series of different aged bullies in the 1995 comedy classic Billy Madison. In that film, Sandler plays the son of a wealthy businessman and repeats every grade of school to prove to his father he is qualified to inherit his company. He encounters several red-headed bullies that are no doubt part of the same family, the O'Doyles, who mess with him in different grades. The character who yells the line may be a relative to the others in Billy Madison in a shared Sandler-verse. Number 2 on our list is the second appearance by a Sandler-verse character. Fans of 1996's Happy Gilmore will instantly recognize the sadistic orderly Hal from the nursing home Happy brings his grandmother to at the beginning of the film. Hal is played by none other than the famous actor-comedian Ben Stiller, who effortlessly turns a small role into comedy gold. In Hubie Halloween, Hal is back in action, handlebar mustache and all. The mustache is also similar to the one Stiller had as White Goodman in Dodgeball. It appears he lost his job at the nursing home and now is employed at a psychiatric hospital. In the movie, he attempts to use his typical brand of intimidation on what appears to be a sleeping patient, only to discover the patient has absconded, leaving a pile of hot dogs and jello behind. Our next Easter egg is the flaming bag of excrement. As Hubie is once again riding his bike through town, several bullies wearing scream masks chase him. The bullies throw a flaming bag of feces at him, which is clearly another reference to the movie Billy Madison. In the original film, one of Billy and his friends' favorite pranks is putting some feces in a paper bag, lighting it on fire, and then you know the rest, right? Ringing the doorbell on a local elderly neighbor, Old Man Clemens, while hiding to see his angry reaction. Maybe he'll stomp it out. It is a perfect example of the adolescent style of humor that Sandler has been famous for his entire career. Coming in at number 4 on the list is Hubie's love interest. After 24 years apart, actress Julie Bowen reunited with Adam Sandler in Hubie Halloween. Bowen was memorably the female lead, Virginia Venett, in Happy Gilmore. In that movie, she played the public relations director of the Pro Golf Tour who motivates him to be a better player and work to save his grandmother from tax debt. In Hubie Halloween, Bowen is back as the character of Violet Valentine, Hubie's childhood crush. She's a dedicated mother in the movie who appears to have affection for Hubie despite his lack of awareness. This follows the tradition in Sandler movies of a lovable yet goofy character being interested in conventionally attractive women who are relatively out of their supposed league. That adds to their down-to-earth charm and relatability. Next on the list is the double V initials. Anyone who's followed Adam Sandler throughout his career will remember that a majority of the love interests in his films had both first and last names that began with the letter V. In Billy Madison, Billy's third-grade teacher and female lead of the movie, played by Bridget Wilson, was named Veronica Vaughn. Then, as mentioned previously, we have Virginia Venett in Happy Gilmore. After that, there was Fairuza Balk as Vicky Valancourt in The Waterboy, and Patricia Arquette as Valerie Varon in Little Nicky. In Hubie Halloween, we once again see a double V name for the romantic interest with Juliette Bowen's Violet Valentine. No explanation has ever been given as for why Sandler prefers to have women with V letters in his movies. Interestingly enough, many of his characters have ended with a Y sound as well, including Billy in Billy Madison, Happy in Happy Gilmore, Robbie, the wedding singer, Bobby, the Waterboy, Sonny in Big Daddy, Nicky in Little Nicky, Davey in 8 Crazy Nights, Barry in Punch Drunk Love, Henry in 50 First Dates, Danny in Just Go With It, Donnie in That's My Boy, Lenny in Grown Ups, Tommy in The Ridiculous Calculus 6, Sandy in Stanley Wexler, Kenny in The Week of, and now Hubie in Hubie Halloween. Well, gosh darn. The next Easter egg in Hubie Halloween is the blue shirt. Adam Sandler loves to include his friends in his movies. Many of the same actors can be seen in Sandler's movies due to the fact that they are real-life buddies. One example is Steve Buscemi. He's appeared in such Sandler films as Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, The Wedding Singer, Big Daddy, Grown Ups, Hotel Transylvania, and more. Buscemi made a noteworthy, albeit brief, appearance in Billy Madison as the character Danny McGrath, whom Billy bullied in high school but later called and apologized to, prompting him to remove him from the list of people he planned to get rid of. Steve Buscemi once again joined Sandler in Hubie Halloween, this time playing character Walter Lambert, who has a very similar look to the one he has in Billy Madison. In one scene, he even wears a blue short-sleeved button-down shirt, which is just like the one he wore in Billy Madison. Is Walter supposed to be Danny from an alternate universe? It wouldn't be the strangest thing in Hubie Halloween. Next on our list is Steve Buscemi, the werewolf. Adam Sandler is not only in Hubie Halloween, but is also in another Halloween-themed film franchise, the Hotel Transylvania animated series. In the movies, Sandler plays the lead role of Count Dracula, who runs a hotel for monsters. One of the main characters in that series is Wayne, a werewolf played by Steve Buscemi. In Hubie Halloween, Buscemi gets the opportunity to play a live-action werewolf. Or does he? Well, actually, throughout the film, Hubie becomes convinced that Walter Lambert is a werewolf due to his actions that clearly show him following many of the classic tropes. Eventually, though, it is determined that Walter is in fact not a werewolf and is only a person with a psychological condition that makes him think he's a werewolf. This is revealed at the end of the movie after much of the plot is resolved. Regardless of whether or not Walter was an actual werewolf in the film, Buscemi shows off his acting chops by making us all think he was throughout most of the movie. Eighth on our list is the Weird Lady. If you've ever seen Billy Madison, you might remember any one of the numerous hilarious lines that were quoted constantly after the movie came out in the mid-90s. One such line was delivered by a weird elderly woman in a pilgrim outfit played by Gladys O'Connor, who was 92 years old at the time. The classic line was, "If peeing in your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis." O'Connor unfortunately did not live long enough to appear in Hubie Halloween, though did manage to live till she was 108 years old, so props to her for that. Despite not being able to reprise her role from Billy Madison in the movie, another woman named Dot in the movie utters a similarly ridiculous line, "I'm asexual, but that girl's making me hella horny," while also wearing a pilgrim costume. This was clearly a nod to the original weird tour guide character from Billy Madison. Last on our list of Easter eggs in Hubie Halloween isn't from an Adam Sandler movie, although there are many Easter eggs related to Sandler's previous films. Our last one is lifted straight from a horror classic. Hubie discovers at one point in the film that his new neighbor, Walter Lambert, apparently never died, although he has a tombstone in a local graveyard with a birth date that is way too early to be possible. When Hubie sees all the strange things Walter is up to, he goes to the local police department to report it. At the station, it is revealed that Walter lives at 59 Elm Street, which even the most casual fan of horror movies will instantly remember is the street from the legendary horror classic A Nightmare on Elm Street featuring Freddy Krueger. As we can see here, the goal of the movie was not just to poke fun at other Adam Sandler movies, but also at Halloween movies in general. Well, that wraps up our list of all the Easter eggs in Hubie Halloween. Wasn't it great to be reminded of all the classic Adam Sandler movies and perhaps consider going back and watching them after seeing all of the funny references? All right, friends, we'll see you next time.